said to watch True Heel Heat now! Right now!
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
All right, ready when you are.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel, as well as True Heel Heat Facebook and Twitch for our X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 9, the season finale, Survival of the Fittest review. We are here to break down the final episode of the second season of X-Men 97, and the team is back once again. First up, we got the main man over at Dirt Sheet Radio, the founder of Dirt Sheet Radio, and someone who usually joins me on the flagship podcast, the one and only John Escudero. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How's everybody doing today? It's a good Sunday. I'm feeling great, actually. Had some great wrestling last night. So, I felt like I woke up on a cloud, actually.
That's nice. That's always nice to hear, and definitely check out True Hill Heat Wrestling YouTube channel to talk about that tomorrow. And of course, we got with us the skinny one himself, Slimmy Hendrix. Ness, how are you feeling?
I had to pour out a little liquor for one of my favorite X-Men. My favorite X-Men, actually. My man Kurt. He's in that big mutant party in the sky. I had to cry. Oh my. But other than that, it was all right. It was a great episode. I really can't have no complaints except for that. Outside of that, But
outside of that one little thing.
That one little thing. Yeah, it's like I forgot which what was it, Revolution? Everybody loved the show till fucking the pyro went off after the death by. That's kind of how I felt at the end of this episode. But it was a good episode still, regardless.
Yeah. We got our fourth member of the team. She's on location. She is traveling right now, so hopefully she'll rejoin us when she can get back to us here. But we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You could also sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you and hear your thoughts on Season 2 finale of X-Men 97, Survival of the Fittest. Let us know in the live chat what you thought about this week's episode, and we will chat it up with you. But like I said before, she is the #1 rogue hater, the one and only Wendy is here. How are you doing, Wendy?
Hey y'all.
Hey everybody, hello my brothers. Hello True Heal Heat Chat. Yeah, I'm not home. I'm on my way home. So that's why you see this background. I'm on the train. But yeah, I had to jump on and talk about the season finale.
Absolutely, we wouldn't be able to really kind of, it wouldn't feel complete without you being here. So I'm glad you're here with us today. But yes, you know the deal. Drop a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you are new to True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment. We have a review for every single episode of X-Men 97 so far for seasons 1 and 2. So go over and check out all the reviews of all the past episodes that we've done reviews for. And of course, catch up on season 2 and then watch this one. And then you can complete our reviews for the season. And of course, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified. Sound off in the live chat if you want to say your thoughts, your take on X-Men 97 season 2 finale. And of course, in the comments down below, if you're watching us on demand, let us know there. We got Dion who says, "What's up, THH? Kind of a rushed finale, huh? Disjointed season overall." Dion says, "Not bad, but not as good as season 1." And I think that has kind of been the overall consensus when it comes to season 2 of X-Men 97. John, we'll start with you. Kind of give us your overall thoughts on the season 2 finale. We talked about it last week. I think we really became trendsetters in the fact that we talked about all the issues with season 2 before the final episode, whereas every other channel that I watched that's been covering X-Men 97 decided to talk about it after the fact. Where I was like, I kind of went into this episode and came out of it, and I was like, it was good. It was probably what I was expecting, but everyone else was really more disappointed than I was because they went in with higher expectations, thinking that they were going to stick the landing. And I think we kind of talked it out fully between our people here that there was no way for them to stick the landing successfully because they had created too many plot lines and different things that they could not complete in a 30-minute episode. But John, what's your thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, we definitely softened the blow early on. But I mean, even before last week, I had been concerned. Like we were talking about concerns. Like something felt off. I was like, man, none of this stuff seems to have anything to do with what we were doing earlier. It's really weird. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad episode. I'll say that off the top, right? It wasn't a bad episode. I wasn't bored. You know, it made me feel, which is important, right? I enjoyed it even. I'm just mourning what could have been or what we had already. Like, I mean, you know, it's not the same restaurant. Things have changed around here. Like they serving different food now. It tastes fine, you know, it's cool, but the menu's different. You can tell. You can tell. So it's I don't know, man. It's disappointing at the same time that I enjoyed it, which is like a weird feeling to say on. But I'm sad about it. Like, I'm mourning Nightcrawler and X-Men 97.
Yeah, it kind of feels like this season especially like peaked at episode 4. And episode 4, like we said when we reviewed that episode, it was very reminiscent of Remember It. But the difference with season 1 is that we only had one filler episode after Remember It. And then the rest of the season was focused on paying off the whole mutant agenda and the anti-mutant agenda with the Sentinels and everything with Bastion. They spent 4 episodes concluding everything. The reason why we talked about the issues with season 2 last week is because they literally just brought it up. They brought up everything that's supposed to be concluding this week, last week. And it's just like, dude, you only have 1 episode. You don't have 10. What the fuck?
It's I don't want to come off like one of those people that is a purist. Like everything has to be exactly like the comics. I understand like how adaptation works. You know, I was enjoying the way they adapted things in season 1. Season 1, everything came from somewhere. Like everything was, I recognized everything. It felt like X-Men. It felt like somebody was driving that new X-Men. And, we started off that way because we were really, they left off in such a place in season 1 where you couldn't really hand wave away what was left. So they still had to kind of deal with what they had from, Bo DeMayo and what he was doing. But I said it back then. I was like, fuck, when we run out of his story Bible, I wonder what this show's gonna be like. It ended up being very similar to other Marvel Cinematic Universe projects. I think particularly What If is one that everybody was bringing up because the guy is the writer of What If, and What If they kind of just mash fucking powers together. What if Captain Carter had everyone's fucking superpowers? And then you kind of got
that was Rogue. That was Rogue in this episode.
Yeah, Rogue and Gambit. Like, what if Gambit was Apocalypse? Like, I fucking guess. Like that. I guess Rogue is like super Rogue with the ill-defined celestial powers. Like he gave her the power to do what she can already do. It looks cool though.
Yeah. It's gonna make for a great action figure. Wendy, what's your overall thoughts on Survival of the Fittest and the end of season 2?
So I thought it was good. I thought the episode was good. I mean, it was expected. Me personally, I mean, I was upset about the episode, but it was more towards like the ending upset me. But can I just say, like, is it wrong for me to feel like I like season 1 better than season 2?
I think that you're just saying the consensus. That's what everybody feels.
Yeah. And I don't know. And like I was thinking about this last time when we with last episode or something. Like me personally, I just feel like something, even though like they still have, what they had for season 1, right? They have the amazing visuals, the fight scenes, I just feel like with this season, something is missing. And honestly, it's Bo DeMayo. Like, that's what's missing. Like, for season, like, it doesn't really have that Bo DeMayo, magic that he had for season 1. And I think that's what's missing in season 2. That's why, like, I'm gravitating more towards season 1 rather than season 2.
Yeah, I think that it's quite obvious with even how the season played out that this is 2 different people, 2 different visions going on, and they tried to kind of get to their vision from Bo DeMayo's vision, but it totally just made the season just feel disjointed. Ness, what about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just going to echo what everybody's been saying. Like you said, we talked about it on our last episode, our last review, that we felt like a lot of the seasons was either rushed, discombobulated, this story is over here, this is over there. A lot of like not everything was connected. Like after the Wolverine episode, it just went like, it was just a roller coaster. It's like up and down. We don't know where it begins or where it ends. We didn't see him for like 3 episodes after that. Like it was just like, what was going on? The finale to me, it was solid. Again, regardless of how I feel about, the decision for Kurt to sacrifice himself, it still overall was a good episode, but it did feel rushed. It did feel like a lot of things happened in 30 minutes that could have probably been the span of 60 minutes or an hour and a half, like 3 different episodes. Like this was a major finale that felt kind of like they just put whatever into it just to get it done, and I feel like, just like you guys have said, with Bo DeMayo not being a part of it, they were just trying to rush it out, get his part of it done, and then just throw in whatever they could throw in just to say, all right, well, we got it done. This is season 2. Let's look forward to season 3. So, which we obviously know we're getting a season 3 with the way, the show ended, but it's just like, how are you going to hook your fan base into it, knowing like this is what we got at the end, and like you said, we'd already talked about it. And then other people started voicing their opinions and probably saying how they didn't like this episode, but we already braced ourselves for it, So it's just like we knew it was coming, but it's like now it's an echo chamber of other people like, oh, this episode sucked. It was this, it was that. How can you turn that around? What are you going to do to make it better going forward? So we just got to wait and see at this point.
Just change. You got to get a whole new writer. You can't just replace Bo DeMayo with the What If writer, and that just made this last episode like fucking What If.
Like John showed. It definitely showed.
Make him read some fucking comics. Make him read some fucking X-Men. Like, I don't know what's so hard about that. These people come in and they read these Wikipedia summaries and they see the list of superpowers and they go, oh, what if we did this and what if we did that? You can tell there's no heart in it. That's why I feel you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You just I have this idea of how people should feel, but you don't know what the fucking X-Men is like.
It's like WWE creative.
Basically.
Yeah, it's very true.
People don't know what the fuck they're doing. They just come in, oh yeah, I worked on this show on NBC for 10 years. I can write wrestling stories.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I write real characters. Superheroes is nothing. And that's why you end up with sauceless bullshit,
Yeah. And I was going to save this for when we're going to break down the episode like we usually do, but I'll just say this now because I know Ness is feeling a certain way about it. The Nightcrawler sacrifice is a fucking cop-out. Because the right ending for this fucking episode is Rogue dying.
Yeah.
Because you literally reversed the most impactful moment of season 1 by bringing Gambit back. The only way to recapture the vibes and the story that you were telling with Gambit and Rogue is if Rogue followed through on her fucking sacrifice. She sacrificed her life to bring Gambit back, and now Gambit's here alone without Rogue. Having the kumbaya fucking ending, I was fucking disgusted. I will be honest. I was like, these niggas must have thought they weren't getting a season 3. That I watched that ending and Kurt's speech, and I was like, these niggas must have thought they weren't getting a season 3. And then the post-credit scene was like, oh shit, we got a season 3. Here you go.
Yeah. I'm 1,000% in agreement with that.
Like, it fits Kurt's character. Kurt is very religious, believes in faith. He would do the sacrifice. But because of everything that preluded it, and the fact that you force-hand these two main storylines of the season, which was Rogue dealing with her grief of Gambit and the apocalypse drama, you tried to force-feed it into one. Then didn't have fucking Apocalypse mention the whole conversation with Rogue is the whole reason why he went and got Gambit. We just have to basically connect the dots ourselves. Like, it's just so lazy. That's the real issue. It really does feel like I'm watching WWE television because a lot of these decisions are just fucking pure laziness, and it has nothing to do with getting something wrong or right. It just has to do with not putting any effort into the shit. So, yeah, we're here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about season 2, episode 9, which was Survival of the Fittest. So this is basically stemming off of last week's episode, The Dead Man's Hand. And we start off the episode with Beast, Rogue, and Nightcrawler. They find ship abandoned by Apocalypse in the water. And Rogue uses it to speak to Isan. I love that ship always knows when Beast is around. Hey, my good friend Hank McCoy. He's like, oh, ship, isn't it great when a friend is the greatest compass of them all? I was like, I love Beast. I'm sorry, Beast has been one of my favorite characters this season because he hasn't been involved in the story whatsoever. He's just been an outlier in everything. So he's one of my favorite characters.
Beast and ship, somehow not even the third weirdest relationship in X-Men lore. Isn't that crazy?
It's a damn shame. So they use it. They basically talk to it, and they're trying to figure out how to defeat Apocalypse. So basically, ship opens up, and it shows the same kind of portal thing that Apocalypse went into to become into his current form. So Rogue uses it to speak with Isan. She basically walks through and it burns her hand. It even burns the glove off of her hand as she goes and speaks to Isan. He basically talks to her. He removes the externals power from her chest, but she convinces him to give her the power to stop Apocalypse and save Gambit in exchange for her life. She's like asking him, and he's like, no. He was like, you shouldn't even be here. And she was like, well, I do this for love. And she starts punching at Isan. Freaking, you can see her arm deteriorating every time she punches, but she doesn't care. She loves Gambit that much that she's willing to do this for him. So he gives her the power. She basically makes a deal with him that she'll sacrifice her life for his to get the power to defeat Apocalypse. And then she comes out and she's all sparkly and brand new. She's glowing. She's all gold. She even embraces her brother Nightcrawler, calling him Elf, and says, like, you know, thank you so much for always keeping the faith, and it's because of you that this is all happening. And as she walks off and Beast is still there with Nightcrawler, Beast asks Nightcrawler, is everything okay? And he was like, he basically peeps game that he knows, that he remembers what the ship said, that no one goes in and speaks to Isan without a sacrifice. So he knows what she sacrificed in exchange for those powers. What did you think about this opening salvo with Rogue, Beast, and Nightcrawler finding ship once again? Wendy?
I mean, what can I say? All of a sudden now she's willing to do whatever it takes to save her love. I mean, wow, it's about damn time. Shit. Should have happened last season.
She was right there with him. She was fighting right there with him.
Yeah. I mean, she was, but still. Like, she should have never, she should have never looked. I'm still not over it. She should have never looked elsewhere.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I think Magneto's got more Riz than Gambit. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know.
You ain't hear his speech when he was on trial? That man got Riz.
True, he does. Like, he does have a way to convince. Like, he had a way to convince everybody there. So I mean, that's the thing. Like, I love Gambit because I don't know, Gambit had something when he speaks, and it's of course any girl will go crazy for that. But I like the interaction between Beast and what was the name of the computer?
Ship.
What was the Ship? Yes, I like the interaction between them. I agree with you when you say that even though there wasn't really much of a storyline with Beast, he was always there, he was there. I like that interaction between them, and I know the interaction between with Rogue and Nightcrawler. I feel like he had a sense of what's gonna happen, especially when Beast asked him don't the only way you can talk to the Eternal, whatever it is, you have to make a sacrifice. So he had so he knew offhand and stuff like that. But I mean, that scene, I enjoyed it. I just feel like it was about damn time. Something.
Ness, what did you think?
I love the interaction between Beast and Ship, because it's Ship only respects Beast because he's the smartest one out of the bunch. It's just she just says oh yeah, the X-Men, and oh Hank, calls him, but you don't call him Beast. Hank, how are you?
Forget all of you, Hank.
Yeah, Hank, how are you? It's that Key and Peele thing, he was trying to be he was Obama dapping everybody up and just shaking the hand. He just shakes everybody else's hand but daps up Beast. But also when Rogue was talking to the Celestial Isan, it's she was trying to punch him. It's when you're in your dream. You're trying to fight in your dream and you're throwing that that noodle arm punch that is just you got all this force behind it, but it's moving like a turtle's snail's pace and really is not going to do any type of damage. That's what was coming for. That's what I got out of that. But she did it out of love. You know what I mean? So she took all the. I wait for Wendy's rants every week, but like literally, I'm like,
just see Rogue do something. You're like,
exactly. Like every episode, I'm like, yeah, Rogue showed up. I can't wait to see what Wendy's had to say about this. But it's just like, I guess she's trying to atone. She's finally trying to atone for what happened in the last season. With she probably felt responsible for Gambit's death, although it's not her fault directly. But yeah, she's just trying to atone, and she wants to save his life and bring him back home to the family, and she's willing to do anything, give her own life for that, and that's commendable. That's honorable. It just sucks that to save a life you have to give something up, like that law of equal exchange. Kind of sucks, but that's life. And we see how that works out towards the end of this episode. Unfortunately.
Indeed we do. John, what did you think about the opening with Rogue, Beast, and Nightcrawler?
Yeah, give me a second. Somebody's fucking dragging me behind me. Jesus Christ.
I'll give you a minute there.
Yeah, no, I there we go. The Beast and Nightcrawler thing, it's just, I feel like it was underbaked. Like we were missing a little piece. Like I guess a result of only being fucking 22 minutes or whatever, however long this episode was, but it wasn't enough. Like it just wasn't enough. It was fine though for what it was, I guess, but it certainly wasn't enough.
Yeah, and the craziest part is what I found out this week is that a lot of the stuff that we are saying that this season is missing. Did you guys know that Marvel comes out with a fucking X-Men 97 comic that has all the shit that is not in the season? They have all the shit idea. With X-Force, X-Force looking for the Horsemen. If you were wondering where the Horsemen were after that X-Force episode, which had the One Horseman War, and that was the only one we saw the whole season, it's all of that stuff is in the comics.
Yeah, there's a season one. Excuse me, what the fuck? There's a season one coming as well. So like usually I ignore those things, but with a season like this that had all those holes, you might as well.
Yeah, it's like, why would you not include this in the show? But anyway, speaking of X-Force and X-Factor, they attack X-Corp, attempting to get to Gambit's body. We hear their whole game plan and how they're going to attack the force field and try to break in, and Cable can go in there and basically have the kill shot. So they attack, and it's like a full prawn attack. They have these basically human-powered sentinels that Val Cooper sends out. Storm and Forge are fighting in the air. Forge has a homemade jetpack, while Storm has her usual powers, and they basically have to fight against these sentinels. And I love Storm making the choice, realizing that these are human-powered sentinels. So she basically pulls the pilots out of the sentinels after she explodes them and has them parachute out. I love that. That is great Storm stuff. Jubilee and Sunspot were fighting together, where you had Sunspot flying around and Jubilee is in a jet. Even though that's kind of weird, because a lot of this is, people showing off their powers. Forge has a homemade jetpack that he made himself. Storm has her powers that she explodes the Sentinels. You got Sunspot, who's flying around in his Sunspot form, and then you have Jubilee, who has all these powers and worked on her powers so much, worked on her hand-to-hand combat, and she's fucking Luke Skywalker in the first fucking Storm.
That's a good one. I thought the same. I didn't think Luke, but I was just like, oh, that's a Star Wars fucking space fight if I ever saw one.
Yeah.
But
The only thing that made this part good is the whole Havoc and Jubilee. Like him breaking in and on her computer and saying, "Oh, look who got her learner's permit." I was like, I did laugh. That did pop me. I was like, that was good. And then Jubilee at the end when he has the missile explode her pilot, her plane, and she busts out and she has to get inside the X-Men ship and she uses her power to propel her from away from the burner. That was good, but other than that, it's just like, dude, this is just have everybody use their powers. What are we doing? Okay. So yeah, that leads to them. They send out Power Man and the people to break in through the force field. So then they go in and they break through. At that point, that's when Cable, he goes in and he gets into a full-on 2-on-1 brawl with his parents. And this dude gave Cyclops and Jean Grey the business. This dude said, I'm actually telekinesis as well. So let me just freaking take Scott's glasses off and break them so he can't open his eyes. Let me use Scott's light beam, bounce it off so it hits Jean, and now she's out of it. And then I'm going to use my own powers, and I'm going to punch down on the ground, and all the floors underneath are going to explode. So the fact that I could just go up there very easily. All of this owns, but it doesn't even start with the best part of this whole fight, because the whole time we see Gambit still in his full costume. Mind you, he's in his full costume, including his jacket that was on him immediately after they took Apocalypse Soul and hid it in his consciousness or whatever. That jacket Rogue was given when he was buried. So that doesn't make any sense, but it makes it okay for what happens later on, because you got Polaris and Bishop. They're working together to keep X Factor out of the portion where Gambit is at. They're protecting that one. I like the fact that they had Polaris fight against X Factor because she knows their fighting skills. So I do love that we got bigger indications in this episode that my man Bishop clapping on Polaris cheeks, yo. You heard him? Get off of her! Get off of her! I was like, that is a man that just saw the cheeks he's clapping getting attacked. Like
on
that
on night one, I feel like they don't have a title yet. They just bang.
They just bang. Like that's what they did. They know, but they were protecting, and then X Factor basically overwhelms them because they also are getting help from. X Factor is fighting them. Then you have X-Force who is fighting what they think is Wolverine, because they go into this room with Psylocke and they think they're fighting Wolverine, but all of a sudden another Wolverine pops out of nowhere and starts fighting as Psylocke. And then, of course, that Wolverine, the first one, was Morph. He transforms into Doc Ock and starts fighting with the rest of X-Force. I love the part where Psylocke uses her knife and stabs into Wolverine's head. He was like, hey, nothing's up there, lady. These brains are already scrambled. Great stuff. Great one-liner by Wolverine. And then you had Polaris and Bishop. They get overwhelmed by X Factor. It's all quiet. They're down and out. They're all being held down. And then everything goes quiet. And then all of a sudden, the card appears out of nowhere and it explodes. And your man Gambit, hey, mi amor, what did I miss? I was like, this was the best part of the whole episode. Spoiler alert. I love this part. And Gambit coming in and just boom, 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 looking like Sting against the NWO against X Factor. My man was just using that staff, beating everybody up. And then they did the greatest part to show off Gambit's powers is the multiple man, when he does the card and he puts it on the projection and it kills every single projection until it just hits the real multiple man. Hands up. That's when I was like, you know what? this ain't gonna stick the landing on everything. This ain't gonna tie all the loose ends, but it gave me that moment. I'm satisfied with this episode. John, what did you think about the X Factor, X Factor and X Force team attacking X Corp in all of our different battles, whether it's Polaris and Cable versus X Factor, whether it's Forge and Storm in the sky, Jubilee against Havoc in the plane, or Cable versus his parents, and then finally that big return by Gambit.
Well, my fucking subtitles were surprisingly detailed this week, where they completely gave away that Morph was Wolverine, like immediately. Like, as soon as he speaks.
This is why I don't watch with subtitles.
I have to watch with subtitles. It's too much fucking cool. Yeah, I was like, well, that's not something they usually do. The other thing was
the kids is not having it today. Not having it today.
Not at all. Well, I was gonna say, Gene and Scott Cable's at. Scott, they want to play pussyfoot with him. Scott didn't even hit him with a beam. He like shot it at the floor, and then Gene's like, "You better stop, Nathan." Like you could have just put him in a bubble. Like, what are you doing? You know, like good stuff though. Nathan fucking Cable with a fucking 9/11 axe fucking punch or whatever, terrorism bomb. That shit was sick. He almost killed everyone in the building. But...
He did. I was like, yo, Cable, I'm sorry. I'm giving another spoiler alert. This nigga Cable was walling in this episode. How is he not the LVP? This nigga was walling the entire episode. He nearly killed multiple people. He really killed somebody. Like, oh my god, he was a menace in this episode. Loved it.
Other than that, great action. This was some of the best stuff of the episode. This is some of the stuff I enjoyed the most. Straight up fight.
Yeah, I agree. Ness?
Yeah, I actually like all the action sequences during this part of the episode. I like how King Greg said all the couples were fighting together, i.e. Wolverine and Morph. Because you're like, oh, you're like, wait a minute. Psylocke was like, wait a minute, you're Wolverine, but you're not the real Wolverine, then he pops out. I'm like, oh yeah, there you go. The guys, we never even got that conversation between the two of them. That happened off screen, but whatever, we're back to being best buds or whatever the fuck we are. Yeah, it was nice seeing that one scene where it's like Psylocke had this knife in Wolverine's head. That shit popped me. That was hilarious. But it's just like, damn, man, I'd hate to be Gene and Scott, because it's like you're those parents that your son's bad as shit. You just put him in a corner. Oh, time out, Timmy. Time out. Time out, Nathan. And he's like, fuck you, Mom. Like, Dad, you're a bitch. And it's just like, you're not doing anything. You need to whoop his ass. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to do this. He's like, fuck you, Dad. Like, whoop his ass. Well, there's no respect there. He don't respect you. Like, you're the parents, even though he's your kid and he's older than you somehow. But never mind any of that. Put your foot down. But this was definitely the favorite part of the episode for me, when Gambit came to the rescue of Polaris and Bishop. Spoiler again, that is my favorite moment of this episode, because he wasn't all the way there, but even like a 50% Gambit was enough to take out X Factor. So it's just like, it just shows how powerful he is, so screw those X Factor guys. They're all traitors. They're going against their own kind and mutants, and you can't trust them. And Cable, Cable, he's just so he's just tunnel vision, just so one-track minded, focused on one thing. He's just like, oh, the woman that raised me said I had a destiny. This is my job to get this done. He's just like, he don't give a shit about anything else other than annihilating Apocalypse, regardless of who gets in his way, family, friends, innocent people. It don't matter. I respect it, but I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Wendy, what about you? What did you think about all the action as X Factor and X Force faced X Corp?
So I didn't get a chance to say this before, but I actually the intro, like, did y'all see the intro and how like
Yeah,
they
with
changed
X
it up?
Factor and X
Yeah,
Force.
yeah, that
Yes.
was
I
pretty
thought
cool.
That
that
was
was
dope.
so cool. That was like really good. I like that. That scene, like the fighting scene, it's actually like my favorite part of the scene. Like the fighting scene, like how everybody was fighting together. I love the Jubilee and Havoc. I thought it was like so like I thought it was like really cool, like, the interactions between them and how Wolverine and and Morph, obviously like Ness said, like I guess they spoke about it off the screens, or I guess they're good now, you know.
Yes,
Um
so
yeah, I guess they're
Everything
good now.
happens off
Guess
screen this season.
like life part, I guess now they're, I don't know, like I don't know, like there's something. But the Cable and his fighting his parents, I know every child, like every person growing up, probably that's what they wanted, like when they had issues with their parents. And like that's probably what they imagined it was like when they would fight. But yeah, Cable was going crazy. He was
he
going
was on it.
crazy, like he was going wild. I was like, oh my gosh, like is he gonna like actually like what if he kills his parents? Like he was going, wild. But yeah, I really enjoyed that scene. Like it's like my favorite part. My favorite part in that episode.
Yeah, definitely, because it was just nonstop entertainment for like a good 10, 12 minute, almost like 20-minute stretch. Like the last 20 minutes of this episode is really where like the entertainment portion came. So after all this action is over, we get the dust settling and we get Cable has arrived on the top floor where Gambit is at. He immediately just washes Bishop and Polaris instantly, and then he pulls up to Gambit. Nigga is like 3 feet away. He says, "This your warning shot." Bow! Right in the head to Gambit. Gambit just falls straight down. He got shot in the head. Cable believes he has achieved his destiny. We get so the whole time this is going on, before they were coming up with their game plan, X-Force and X-Factor, Cooper was telling them that they have to basically get to Gambit and kill him before Apocalypse reaches 100%, basically taking over the body. So they was at like 85% at the last time that we saw the clock, but instantly, once he shoots him in the head, and Cable tells Cooper that it's done, all it did was speed up the fucking process, you jackass. He unleashes Apocalypse, who instantly transforms from Gambit's body into a monstrous form and brainwashes all of the X-Men, X-Force, and X-Factor. Apocalypse taunts Xavier. He said, "Look at you." He was like the people that you are closest to you will be your undoing. To me, my X-Men. I was like, yo, Apocalypse is on straight troll mode at this point, taunting Xavier. He says relying on his fellow mutants, but Xavier is, though, vindicated because he instantly, when you see all the X-Men and X-Factor and X-Force about to circle in and surround Xavier, Xavier just says, "No. Nigga, no." He says no. He just basically says, "No, this ain't gonna happen. No. Because you say those who are closest to me are gonna be my undoing. No, they're gonna be the reason I survive." And at that point, that is when external Rogue arrives. And this is like the most disappointing part of the whole fucking episode for me, because literally this is Rogue who is seeing Gambit, face to face as Apocalypse mode, but like there's no Gambit in him at all. But at least have a Rogue and Apocalypse freaking conversation instead of just saying, Rogue arrived. Okay, it's time to get this done. So Rogue immediately speeds up to Apocalypse, uses her celestial powers and her regular super mutant powers to free Gambit. She pulls Apocalypse from Gambit, and she also saves the others. Once she arrives, the others are transformed back into their regular forms. She takes Apocalypse consciousness from Gambit's body, and then she holds the Apocalypse consciousness, and then she smashes it into a fucking crystal, and she hands it over to Gable. This was the only part of this that I actually enjoyed, because it was very much what she should have done. She hands it over to Gable, and she says, you've been carrying him around your whole life, and it's been stopping you from getting close to those who love you. And he was like, use this as a reminder that you have to, appreciate those that love you and care for you. So I have so much emotions on all of this. I thought that the Cable blasting Gambit in the head and it just leading to Apocalypse taking over the body completely was so well done. That's just great writing, because Cable has been so obsessed. He should be the one who is the one who basically gives Apocalypse all the power. And then, they actually got me tense when Apocalypse takes over the X-Men and X-Force and X-Factor, and then they're circling in. And then that tenseness only lasts for fucking 30 seconds. Because they immediately said, oh no, fuck all of that. Fuck that interesting stuff. We're going to get to the ending. Yeah. Ness, what did you think about this part here? Cable blasted Gambit in the head. The X-Men and X-Force and X-Factor being taken over by Apocalypse. And then Super Rogue saving the day.
Cable's a jackass. That's the first thing that came to mind, because it's like, damn, you killed him basically for nothing. You just rushed the process. You're like, oh yeah, like you say, he's wasn't already at 100%. But it just seems like you killing him just made it jump from 85 to 100. So you think that you were just like, oh, it's all right. I killed Gambit. We had nothing to worry about. Now it's Apocalypse is here. And then you didn't do shit to Apocalypse. You didn't do nothing to a Gampocalypse, because you didn't do shit. You didn't fight him. Everybody just got taken control of. So this whole, I gotta stop Apocalypse. I gotta kill Apocalypse. It's my destiny. It's my destiny. Well, here's your destiny. What did you do? You shit the bed. You didn't do anything. You made the situation worse. So thank God Rogue got there in time, plot armor, and saved the day. But I'm pretty sure if she would have known that Cable shot Gambit, she probably would have killed him in the process. So she was like, oh, not my Remy. Oh no, I gotta kill you. And then that's a whole other. That just would have been left, and Jean and Scott, they would have felt the way. It just would have been all over the place with that. But again, we got Charles just being he's just there. Bro's just sitting around in a wheelchair. I can't do nothing about that. You're just there. You're not really any help. You're there for comedic purposes, because you just, you'll give a speech. The bad guys don't even care, because you can't do nothing to them. You can't fuck with them. It don't matter at this point or at any point. But it was nice to see Rogue show up and basically save the day. Feel a good moment, give the essence of and the consciousness of Apocalypse to Cable. A sigh of relief that he didn't do it. Somebody did it. At least the job got done. I might not have killed Apocalypse, but I'm here for it. So I guess my destiny was fulfilled, so to speak. So he could just hang his hat on that and put the feather in his cap for that. But because at the end of the day, he didn't do it. It was Rogue. But I guess he could just run with that. As long as the job got done, at this point, well, I was here, so my name's on a group project. I was a part of the team. I didn't do shit, but I was here. I showed up to class.
I still get the grade.
Exactly.
Wendy, what did you think about Rogue saving the day and everything that went down after Cable shot Gambit?
Okay, well, so I'm gonna start with this. Like, Cable shooting Gambit and like making him like that what led to him turning into like Apocalypse controlling him. It's like, dude, why would you do that? Like you just made it so much worse. And the other thing is like, as I'm watching it, right? As I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden I see Xavier come out. I'm like, first of all, where the hell were you? What were you doing? Chilling in the room as you're like watching your X-Men fight almost to the freaking death, and you're just like sitting in the room just chilling, and then you just come out last minute? Like, the hell? I was just like, are you serious? Like, what the hell are you doing, Xavier? Like, are you just like, you're letting them do all the work and you take the credit? Is that what it is? Like, it just came off that way. And the fact that, granted, yeah, it took Rogue to be the one to save the day. It's like, yay. Kudos to you, Rogue. You saved the world. Congratulations. But my question is like, what I want to know is like, once she gave Cable like the gem or crystal that Apocalypse is in, what's he gonna do with that? Like, that was my thought after that. It's like, what is he gonna do with it? Is he gonna like keep it? Is he gonna hide it? Like what's he gonna do with that gem? You know? So it's like, even though there's answers, there's still more questions that needs to be asked, you know? But yeah, overall, I thought it was cool. Yeah, Cable and Xavier, I don't know. Why? That's what I was to say. It's why.
John, what did you think about all that?
Yeah. I was trying to come up with a way to put this because I don't want to dump on it. I actually didn't hate the way they did this. Like, I didn't hate the Rogue thing. I just thought it felt like people who wrote this were writing like, yeah, I can write a cartoon type thing. I think I mentioned earlier, she gets the power to kind of just do what she always does anyway. Like, I'm literally just super roguing like this. All right, cool. But her outfit was sick. The Nightcrawler thing we mentioned earlier. We talked about how I thought the.
Well, we didn't get to that part yet.
I thought we didn't get.
We didn't get to. No.
My bad. Okay. No. Great action. Cable shooting Gambit. I didn't see that coming. I thought it was funny he died twice. This guy is fucked up. But yeah, I actually didn't think he would. If Gambit was going to become Apocalypse in 10 minutes anyway, then killing him first wasn't the worst idea. Like, we it's the only other option. At least now we know.
This is a trial by hour. We were just trying to see. We were just testing a theory out.
It didn't work.
Kane was like, "My bad, y'all. My bad."
What are you gonna do, man? I don't like. I know Cable was really fucking bullish and pushing forward, and he just wanted to kill Apocalypse by any means necessary. But it's also the only thing he's been doing for like 50 years or however old he is. So like, I wasn't so angry at it as much as I was like, well, that failed. And so you're really lucky that Rogue was around with extra superpowers this time. But it was fine.
So Rogue sees Remy. I love Remy waking up and saying, Rogue really does always come to Gambit's rescue. And they embrace one another. They actually kiss. We got to see a Rogue and Gambit kiss. as she has the powers, but once they kiss, she loses her celestial powers, but she continues to live, still hugging Gambit. She's like, I don't understand. It wasn't supposed to be like this. And then the ship that was there that they took to go to ship, it arrives and we see Beast there holding a Bible. And if you are an X-Men fan, you instantly knew what the hell had happened. It's revealed that Nightcrawler offered his own life to Isan so Rogue and Gambit could be together and live on. He believes that his sacrifice will lead to more memories, more laugh, more love, more joy for the X-Men. And as he says his speech, we see a montage of the aftermath of all of this. We see the X-Men at the X Mansion, all spending time doing mundane things like having coffee together. I love the little coffee scene because it kind of shows the different relationships, like right in a picture, where you have Storm and Rogue, they're having their coffee together, looking at each other lovingly because they have a newer relationship. You got Scott and Jean over here, and Scott is telling Jean a story as she's holding the coffee cup, using her powers and pouring people a cup. You got Morph and Wolverine, and you can obviously see Morph is over there probably telling Wolverine a funny anecdote as they are trying to kind of reconcile their relationship. And of course, Beast is with nobody. He's just reading a fucking book, reading a newspaper. But the newspaper has some interesting information that was confirmed in the post-credit scene. We move on and we see my man Bishop taking Polaris out on a date. They had wine, they had grapes. He out here smashing, he out here clapping the cheeks and then taking her out on a date while Xavier in the background teaching these goddamn kids, Bishop worrying about clapping on Polaris cheeks. Let's go. We see Jubilee and Sunspot. They're teaching some of the younger kids at the X Mansion. And then we finally end things off with Rogue and Gambit. They're reading the Bible with a picture of Rogue and Nightcrawler in the Bible as she lays on his shoulder, and they're able to be peacefully in love with one another. I like I said before, hey, the Nightcrawler dying, it is emotional. He did have a great speech, but I was just like, what the fuck is this kumbaya shit? This is not me, my X-Men. This is not my X-Men. My X-Men ain't peacefully. And I don't know, there's something rubbed me the wrong way about Rogue and Gambit reading the Bible. Like, I understand it was supposed to be a reference to Nightcrawler, but it also could be kind of conceived as the writers wanting them to be a prototypical happy couple, reading the Bible, believing in God, all this bullshit and nonsense. I did not like this at all. I honestly said, like I said before, I think the right ending was Rogue dying, because that's something that we can actually have some follow-up to next season. And it's going to be, and then the goal is, hey, how is Gambit going to get Rogue back? Like, that would have been something interesting to do. Having Nightcrawler sacrifice himself and then doing a kumbaya ending did nothing for me. Absolutely nothing for me. Ness, we'll start with John this time. John, what did you think about this ending and Nightcrawler's sacrifice?
I was thinking, like, man, everybody seems way too happy for me, but mostly because Nightcrawler just died. Like, why are we not? Nobody cares. No one even grieved. No one cares. We didn't get a funeral scene. We didn't get a grieving. Nothing. They're just like, Nightcrawler's dead. We're chilling, man. Thank you, Nightcrawler. You're the man. Sweet. The Bible thing, I didn't even catch it. I didn't see it. I thought that's funny though. They just became what was he, Catholic or Christian?
Yeah, apparently the Catholic.
I know he was really religious, but I just think that's funny. They were like, shit, we're gonna pray for you now. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm not religious, but I don't hate him for it. they 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 didn't really leave with they didn't really leave with any indication of what they're doing next until the post credit scene, but that felt like tacked on, like maybe you didn't know until afterwards. The Misty thing was interesting. Oh, did we talk about that? We talked about
No. We're saving that for the end. We're saving that for the end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it.
What about you, Ness?
Yeah, like I told you guys off camera, when once the whole thing with Rogue and Apocalypse and Cable was over with, and the fact that she was like, "Oh, I'm surprised, like I'm still here, like nothing's happened to me." That was indication number one that something fucked up was about to happen that I wasn't gonna like. Second indication of something of what was going to happen that I didn't like was the fact that they panned over to Hank and he's by himself. And I literally said out loud, "Don't fucking play with me. Where's Kurt? Where the fuck is Kurt?" It's like 5:30 in the morning and I'm like, where the fuck is Kurt? Beast has that look on his face and he has the Bible in his hand, and I'm like, bro, it's such a Nightcrawler thing for him to do this, but I didn't need you to do this multiple episodes in a row. Stop. Please stop being who you are. Your brother was a piece of shit. You were his defense attorney. You knew there was no shot of redemption with him, but you still went and you still put your neck out on the line for him, calling people muties. It's like being the lawyer for a white supremacist with an all black jury, and he's calling y'all niggas like during the whole trial, and you're saying no. I know that he doesn't really mean this. He got robbed by two black. He doesn't hate all black people. He just hates just the two black people that robbed him. No, he's a piece of shit. You're a great person. I need you to stop being such a great person. Stop thinking about everybody else. Because this is now, look where it got you. You're dead now. You sacrificed yourself. You said, and then on top of that, which is funny because John just actually brought it up. Celestial was like, how do you know that your family, like, how do you know what's going to happen once, you sacrifice yourself? Like, how do you know everything is going to be okay and all it's going to be like this? She's like, no, I just had faith. This is my family. I know, I understand. Yeah, everybody was great. Everybody was happy. You got Bishop ready to fuck Polaris on a fucking picnic blanket. You got Gene and Scott there, and fucking having coffee. Morph and Wolverine made up. I know, but there was no grieving. Nobody cared. Now maybe the start of season 3, we will get that, but everybody's happy. I wasn't happy, and I'm not even an X-Man. I was upset. I want to know why. Where's the tears? No, okay, yeah, Rogue and Gambit, they prayed together, they wrote the Bible. Okay, yeah, that's cool. And then they probably went and did whatever the hell they did after that. But it's just like, damn, you sacrifice yourself, and then like nobody really like mourned you. But again, at the end of the day, people that have that sense of, oh, I'm doing this for the greater good, I'm doing this to save people. He's not worried about that. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm worried about that because I would rather that Rogue died. That would have made more sense. We could have went into season 3. Okay, we lost Gambit at the end of season 1. But now it might be a way to get him back in season 2. We're in season 2. Oh, we're going to get Gambit back. Okay, we're going to lose Rogue. We can go into season 3. That can be a whole nother plot. We really don't know we somewhat know with the end of the episode, but like going forward, like there's no internal conflict within the X-Men. We have an outside source of who to fight against, but like we don't know what's going to be going on with them. You know what I mean? Like there's always like a story within the story, and now we don't know what that story is. Like at some point, hopefully they'll find a way to bring him back, which they expand on on that on multiple occasions. Oh, the X-Men survive all types of things, and we end up coming back. Well, yeah, I need Nightcrawler to survive this shit and come back. I don't care about nobody else. I don't care about nobody's celestial powers, any of that bullshit. Make sure you guys bring back Nightcrawler in some form of capacity. Let's do that. Let that be at the top of the list for season 3. Or I fucking hate all of you. I'm sorry. It's the emotions talking. That's just how I feel, because you guys don't seem to give a fuck. I give a fuck. I like Kurt. I love Kurt. He sacrificed himself, and you guys are all out living your best lives, not even giving a fuck that he's gone. I don't like that at all. Do something. Fix that shit and do it ASAP. Sorry for the rant.
We sang Kumbaya in honor.
Yeah, they did not care, bro. They did not care. And I'm just like, everybody's just happy? That's what he wanted, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And I messaged you guys at the end of that episode. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I tagged you. I said, I am not happy at the end of this episode. I was not happy. I'm still not. Solid episode. I'm still not happy with the ending.
It seems to me that X-Men 97 really hates Germans. Nightcrawler and Magneto die in the same season.
Oh man,
damn! I'm not touching that.
Wendy, what did you think about Nightcrawler's sacrifice?
Oh my gosh! So that scene where, after Rogue saved everybody, kudos, whatever, congrats. And then you see like Beast and he's by himself. I had the same reaction as Ness. I was like, no, they did not. Just no, they did not. And I was mad because I was just like, are you like, why? Why does it have to be Nightcrawler? Like, why? Why could I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that. And then just like, seeing like him, like he sacrificed himself, and he's like, I look at that like, you're such a righteous man, you're thinking about others besides like other than yourself. And it's like, wow, like, I respect him, but then just seeing like everybody just happy and just not grieving, it's like, oh no, I just felt disgusted. I'm like, y'all are like horrible, horrible people. How dare you not grieve over, like, y'all don't realize Nightcrawler is not back? He's dead? And y'all not gonna cry over him? Like, are you serious?
They basically went, Hank's got the Bible. Where's Kurt? No, well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, oh, he ain't coming back? Okay. Like, let's go on our merry way. Let's go have coffee and this and that. And then, like, that Rogue and Gambit just reading the Bible. Oh, that was an insult. Like, how I
don't care. I don't care what anybody y'all say. That shit felt cringe as fuck to me.
What? I was like, what? That was an insult. Like, I was disgusted. I will say the positive side was Bishop going on a date with Polaris. Yes, Bishop. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, like, one of like the faves, like, new couple. I love it. But other than that, I agree. Rogue should have died. Kurt should have lived. And that's my, I guess, rants. I mean, I'm not going too hard, but still, I just felt disgusted. Kurt should have lived.
I agree, though, with Dion here. Some of these deaths have to stick. So I'm sorry. Kurt has to stay dead.
Come on, man. Let somebody else die.
I'm sorry.
Let somebody else.
I'm sorry. Already bring back Gambit. We're going to bring back Magneto. You know that much. So we got to have one of these deaths stick.
I do agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't agree that it needs to be Nightcrawler. I do agree with that. I'm not even gonna lie. I do agree with that.
So that was the official end of this episode, but not the final scene, because we got another mid-credit scene once again for X-Men 97. we see Val Cooper is reading some files in her office, and on the television, we are informed that President Kelly has basically stepped down. He stepped out of the campaign. So Graydon Creed is our new president of the United States of America, gonna make America non-mutant again. And then we had another Val Cooper show up in the office. She's like, "What the hell is going on?" So then that Val Cooper that was sitting at the desk shoots her, and then transforms. It's a mistake. I said this. I feel vindicated. Yes, I was popped. I popped at this post-credit scene. I was like, I knew it. God damn it. Mystique is here. Mystique shoots Cooper. She assumes her identity because her son is now the president of the United States, and she knows her son is a mutant-hating bigot. So she kills Val Cooper, and now we have what's gonna probably be a full-on human versus mutant war coming up in season 3. So, despite my disappointment with how the regular episode ended, the post-credit scene gave me everything that I wanted the ending to have. I wanted the ending to have me wanting to watch season 3. Seeing Mystique and seeing that Mystique is being set up to be the main villain for season 3, that makes me want to watch season 3 more than anything the Kumbaya session at the end of the fucking episode did. Wendy, what did you think about the return of Mystique?
Oh man, I was like, when that scene came on and Mystique popped up, I was like, the first thing I said was like, I know Sid is going crazy watching that part. I know, because I said it last week when we talked about when we did season 1. That was literally like one of the things that you said was Val Cooper is Mystique, and you stuck with it, and when we finally see her in the post credit, we're like, you was right all like this whole time. Like Mystique is gonna be, like you said, Mystique is gonna be the new villain for season 3. And just seeing how, President Kelly, am I right? President
Yeah.
Kelly, right? President Kelly, he stepped down, and then you have like Creed as he's going to be the new president. Wasn't that symbolic in real life?
Oh yeah, the IP game on what they're going for here. I already know what's going to happen in season 3 with President Creed.
Yes, that was like so symbolic. It's like, oh wow, it's like there are, what's the saying, imitating
Art imitating life.
art.
Yep.
Yes, there you go, art imitating life. Like that's literally what that was, because we know we have, and I'm gonna say we have someone in the White House who is very much like Creed, very much like him. So to see that, it's like, wow, they're really gonna do that. And my thoughts are, it's like, I can't wait for season 3. I want to know like how, like, what's the story gonna be with season 3. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, like seeing Mystique, oh man, I loved it.
Big pop for that. So I will say the scene does kind of allude to the fact that Mystique hasn't been Val Cooper, that she's now going to be Val Cooper. I don't care. I was right. I don't give a fuck. I was right. Mystique is Val Cooper. John, what did you think about the post-credit scene?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was Mystique all this time too. So I was like, oh, well then. I guess I'll be right now. Like he's Mystique from here on out. But I hadn't noticed how curvy Val Cooper was before. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, does she always come like that? Is that Mystique?
That's that Mystique curviness.
She's gonna give it away when she can't walk down the White House halls without clapping.
She go down the White House hall. All you see is all the men in the White House.
But Val's
she's galloping. It's like she's galloping.
No, man. It was. I guess we're doing a Trump thing, which is fine. But I'm more, like I said, I'm just concerned now they're gonna be pulling stories out of their ass. Okay, this is the best we got. There's so many ways to use the X-Men to tell these kind of stories without making it so obvious. It's. But it is what it is. We'll see how.
But Creed became the president in the comic book.
Yeah. But I'm saying there's so many fucking. There's so many different ways. It's so on the nose sometimes. It's cool. It's fun.
Ness, what did you think about the return of Mystique?
I felt like that was like a great way to end the season. After the ending that we got with everything going on in the episode, it just kind of, I don't want to say because underwhelming isn't the word I want to use, but going into next season, it's like Creed the baddie, Mystique is the bad. Like, is that our big bad of next season? Like, I feel like those are two oppositions that the X-Men can easily overcome. So,
but it's the fact that they are two oppositions that are also going against each other. I think that's what makes it more interesting. Because if it was just Mystique going against the X-Men, the X-Men can easily overcome her. If it was just Creed going against the X-Men, if it was Creed teaming up with Mystique against the X-Men, we would all be like, the X-Men are going to easily win that. But it's Creed versus Mystique with X-Men trying to basically make sure that they both don't destroy the Earth.
That, what, since you put it that way, that is an issue. Because we got Mystique posing as Val Cooper. She's definitely going to be putting X Factor through all types of shit. Like, now that I think about it, she's going to be having these niggas going on the dumbest missions ever, just crashing out for no reason. I'm ready to see what happens at this point. Now, after talking about it, I'm ready to see where we go with it. I kind of still want somebody else to be thrown into the mix, but it's kind of convoluting because we just talked about how all over the place half this season was, and I feel like if we have a third person, that is going to make it even more unnecessary and unruly, plot wise and pacing wise. So I don't know, maybe for the next year and a half, 2 years, however long we got to wait, I can get my.
That was the other thing I was going to bring up is that season 1 happened in 2024. This is season 2 in 2026. They have came out with confirmation that now they're going to be on a yearly schedule. So season 3 comes out in 2027. Season 4 comes out in 2028.
I can definitely. Well, we definitely need it for 2028 since the reboot
live
movie
action
comes
movie.
out. Yeah, it comes out in May. But all right, cool. I'm all right. I'm cool with that. Probably like fall or so, or around what time? 2027.
Probably the summer. They're gonna aim for around the same time, which is like spring, summertime.
All right. Well, if anybody, because somehow, some way, I mean, thank goodness, people watch the True Hill Heat channels. So if any of you motherfuckers that work for Marvel, you write for Disney, whatever the case may be, if you're watching this, make this shit make sense. That's all we ask.
All I'm gonna say is stop introducing more fucking characters. That was the biggest issue for me in this season is they had way too many characters. They did not flesh out any of them. They introduced way too many of the. It felt like they were trying to introduce every fucking X-Men team in this one fucking season, and we didn't even get to spend time with any of them. Really, we spent time with X-Force in one episode. We spent half the time with X-Factor throughout different episodes, but we never really fleshed out why this team is different from X-Men, other than one is very aggressive and one is owned by the government.
Pretty much. I agree with that.
So, all right, let's bring it to a close here. Season 2 finale, episode 9, Survival of the Fittest. If you're watching us live, we appreciate y'all for joining us. If you're watching us on demand, we appreciate y'all as well. It is time to let us know what you thought about this episode here. Let us know your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the episode. Whether you gave the episode a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give this week's episode? And another great point that I did think about, Havoc and Cyclops didn't even have a conversation in this episode. Havoc didn't even have a conversation with Cable, his fucking nephew, who was on the same team as him.
It's interesting to compare this to what I guess the original season finale was going to be. You know, like, but we know now this would have been the Onslaught episode, and that X Corp would have been not just a random building. It's just funny. It was just a build, like they just made a building. They didn't do anything. We were just the X Mansion. It also has a skyscraper, but I guess originally was supposed to be like Xavier militarizing his team because he was fucking unhinged from having Magneto in his head. And that would have led to all X-Force, X-Factor, and X-Men and the Avengers teaming up to face Onslaught in episode 10. Damn it!
I would have loved that. That would have been perfect. That would have been great. But here we are. All right. It is time to give our ratings on the show. Let's put our thumbs in the middle for X-Men 97, Season 2, Episode 9, Survival of the Fittest, in 3, 2, 1.
The Orange Cassidy thumb.
Might be in the middle. I'll probably give it a 6.5. Like I said, there was just some things about this episode. I love the action in this episode, but all the choices, story-wise, and different directions that they went down, and the ending just left me disappointed that I can't give it a thumbs up. This is the first episode of the season I'm not giving a thumbs up to. Ness?
I give it a thumbs up. I give it 7.5. So technically, I got to give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I actually agree with that. A lot of the decisions that transpired in this episode, I technically really don't agree with. But overall, I felt like the episode was still solid. So I give it 7.5.
Wendy?
Oh man. So I'm gonna. This is like my lowest score. I give it. I'm gonna give it a 6, just because like there were certain moments that I enjoyed, like the fighting scene. I enjoyed the post credit. I enjoyed. It's just I don't know. It was just certain parts that I was just like I didn't like. So I give it a 6.
This is one of the first episodes where I've watched it 3 times. Every time I did not like the episode more. John?
6. Bring back the perfect.
I agree. It's time to bring back good old pervert Bro DeMeo. MVP for the episode, John.
MVP for the episode, it's gonna have to be Lucas Bishop.
It is Bishop, and we all know why, and we're not gonna say why. Next.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bishop. I can't give him MVP, but he could be an honorable mention. I'm actually gonna have. I guess I'll do co-MVP. It'll be Rogue, for potentially sacrificing herself. But no, fuck that co-MVP shit. It's Nightcrawler. It's Kurt. It's Kurt. It's Kurt.
That makes sense. Wendy? Wendy? Is she frozen? Oh, okay. There, she's
I
not.
thought she was frozen too.
Yeah, I thought she was frozen. All right, can she
Sure.
not hear me? Oh, there you go.
Huh?
Who's
No, did you hear me?
No,
Oh.
no, I didn't hear any of that. Who's your MVP?
It's definitely not Rogue. That's for sure. Like, nah, like her pretentiously like sacrifice that girl didn't sacrifice nothing. Like she didn't sacrifice herself. Like, come on. And then to have Nightcrawler like I'm gonna go with Nightcrawler just because he is such a righteous man and he shouldn't have sacrificed himself, but he did because he wanted to see his sister happy, which is like so sweet of him, but still she should have died. But it's okay. I give it to Nightcrawler.
Jeez. LVP for the episode, Wendy.
LVP, oh, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go with Cole MVP. I'm gonna go with Cable and Charles.
I'm gonna go with Cable, that dumbass.
That's it.
Ness.
I'm gonna go with Cable, but as an honorable mention, Val Cooper, you got killed. You're dead, and now your identity stolen. So, yeah, you're just damn. You weren't in the episode enough to actually for me to give you the LVP, but you could definitely get an honorable mention.
Seems fair. John.
It's Cable because he got his destiny stolen from him by a fucking firecracker, by a random shiny lady.
Seems legit. Seems
Yeah,
legit.
he went through all that shit. Oh, I'm gonna fight my parents. I'm gonna fight the X-Men. I'm gonna give up my dignity and join X Factor and the government just to not do what your destiny was supposed to be. Like he did all that for
Yeah.
nothing.
Damn.
Exactly.
Damn. And the moment of the episode, I'm gonna go with Gambit's return. John.
Cable doing the 9/11 on X Corp.
Shit.
Hold on.
He really
Oh,
did.
shit.
Oh my
That got me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Gambit, Gambit returning and helping out Polaris and Bishop.
Wendy.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm gonna say Gambit returning, and the second one is gonna be Bishop finally going on a date with Polaris. I love that.
Bishop Kylie clapping them cheeks. Let's go. That's all they was hearing in the X Mansion. Gene and Scott, like, I've never heard this sound before. But yes, that is all for us this time for our X-Men 97 Season 2 reviews. We have made it to the end of the season. And of course, we'll be back with y'all next year. Next year for Season 3. What do you want them to do for Season 3? What's your one last request for Season 3 of X-Men 97 besides bringing back the pervert, John?
Just read a fucking comic book. Learn who the X-Men are, how they work, and then come back to me.
Wendy?
Damn, what am I hoping for? Let's see, for Rogue not fucking up.
She fuck up?
I mean, listen. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I take it back. I'm sorry. That's just me. Like, I gotta, like, come on, live up to the name. I'm just kidding. Okay, so in serious note, like, what do I'm hoping for less rushing the story, like rushing the episode. Like I don't like. I think that's what it was. Like it felt in this season particular. Like it felt very rushed, and it just like it felt all over the place. And I feel like I'm hoping for next season it doesn't become that again. I hope that it comes back to what it was for like season one. You know,
Ness, what about
that's
you?
all.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo what Wendy just said. I just want a cognitive storyline. Like season one, and like you said, the pacing was better, and the storyline made sense. Like I said, halfway, I'm like episode 4 or 5 through the season. After Wolverine gets his adamantium back, shit just went haywire. Everything was all over the place. I just want the story to like. I'm not against a filler episode or anything like that, but like, don't have a filler episode and then a filler end of the season, and then try to rush everything into like the last 1 or 2 episodes, because then it'll leave a bad taste in a lot of your fan base's mouth. We know how to we deal with this on a regular basis with the wrestling that we deal with in those reviews, so we're kind of used to it. But like a lot of the people that aren't really used to storylines and shitty writing and stuff like that could know how to maneuver through the bullshit and pick out what's good, pick out what's bad, tell you a actual good reason why it's not bad, not just saying, oh, this just sucks. Let's just make it a cognitive storyline in season 3. You got a lot of source material to choose from. Let's just see if you actually use it, or you just say, hey, what if we did it like this? Don't do the latter. Make shit make sense.
Yeah. My number one thing, like I said before, one is stop with all these characters. We don't need 30 the fucking opening fucking salvo intro. There was 15 people on the X-Men team. 15? Now we're down to 14 because we got rid of Nightcrawler, but that's still way too many people. Most of all, the number one thing I need them to do, like John said, read a comic book would be best, the first thing before we even start, but never, ever give me a filler episode that doesn't have a fucking point. Because the Wolverine one, you had to reverse back what you did the last season. That has a point. 6 was the Polaris episode. That had a purpose of putting Polaris on the team and starting the Polaris and Bishop romance or whatever. Episode 7 is fucking useless. We spent a whole episode trying to save Colossus just so he could be a fucking babysitter at the end of the fucking season. What?
Bro didn't do nothing to help.
Did nothing. That shit had no purpose in this fucking season. We never saw the next time we saw Colossus, he's doing a fucking painting of his sister. We ain't even spent no time with him grieving at X Mansion. There was no reason to do that episode this season. No fucking reason. So if you can give me filler episodes, I kind of expect that from X-Men. But also, if you're gonna give me filler episode, you gotta give me fucking double-digit fucking episodes in the season. Don't give me no filler episodes when you got 8-9 episodes. That bullshit is not even feasible. But yeah, that's the main one. Don't give me no fucking filler episode that doesn't have a point and doesn't have a point that isn't being completed in this season. All right, I had to get that out of my system. Now we can close up shop here. We are all done with our X-Men 97 Season 2 reviews. You got Dion who says, if you're going to have short episodes, as I've heard SP3 say before, maximize your minutes. 100% agreed. We got Dion also saying 10 max on the X-Men team. And he says you can't be having fillers with 9 episodes. True story. And Power Drive Finisher says, I'm hoping for more Wolverine and Beast. We need more power, need more corny one-liners.
Oh, more Beast for sure. Wolverine, more Beast. I'm that. Actually, I was going to say that I'm here for more Beast because he's been like a background character for like the last 2 seasons. He's an original, and he doesn't get any type of respect. He just gets like, oh yeah, you're smart. All right, Hank. That doesn't really matter when we let our emotions run higher than our intelligence over here on the Team X-Men. I'm good on Wolverine, honestly. Like I'm kind of like that outside of cartoons, but then like the live action, it's all right. We could take Wolverine could take a backseat. He's been like the focal point of the X-Men for like a good 20 years. We can dumb it down a little bit. Just for this. I'm not even talking about the reboot. Let's just let other people be a focal point. I get he's popular. We get that. I'm not like he's like my third favorite X-Men of like out of all of them. I'm good on the Wolverine storylines for a little bit. He could have one episode that's like Wolverine focused, but like even less with that. Let's make that cognitive to the rest of the plot of the season, not something of just off. He's doing his own thing.
All right, I forgot
Yeah.
one last
And
thing. Oh, go ahead, Wendy.
no, and I was gonna say like what you just said, like like not to for them to stop introducing like a lot of characters because and you said like in the intro like there was like a lot of they're introducing a lot of characters in the intro and it almost felt like the fight scene at Avengers Endgame where there was all those superheroes that kept coming out, like that's how it felt to me. It's like okay, like, is it like the intro is still going? It's still going. It's like, okay, when is it gonna stop? Like, that's how it felt to me. I had to mention that. Like, it reminded me of Endgame. Like, they need to chill with that.
All right, let's give our ratings for the season. So, thumbs in the middle for season 2 of X-Men 97 in 3, 2, 1. I got a slight thumbs up. I'm going with a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for the season. Season 1, I gave a 9 out of 10. I just confirmed it. I looked back on our season 1 review, and I gave season 1 a 9 out of 10. This is a 7 out of 10. John?
Yeah, 7 is about what I was going to go for. That's for the whole season. And really, all of that is on the first half. But it's we'll see. Let's see. Maybe they can come back when they have their own vision with nobody else in the way for season 3. But this one was rough.
Yeah. Wendy?
I have to agree. Like, if I give it a 7 as well. I enjoyed season 1, and this season it was like there were some episodes that I liked, and there were some that I was just like it was good, but it wasn't what I saw in season 1, and the villains for this season too, like I didn't really mention it, but also like I kind of expected Apocalypse to be even more of a badass than you know, than I would think he would be. And it didn't like even though it showed like he did stuff, but it just didn't like I felt like he didn't do enough. I don't know. It's not like season 1's villain with Bastion. Like you said last season, like you said last episode, like how is it that Bastion was more of a badass than Apocalypse was? And Apocalypse is supposed to be like the like what the strongest villain in the X-Men, I believe.
Yeah, he's their biggest
And
villain.
the biggest villain, but in this season it didn't really show like it didn't really come off that way, So I give it a 7 for this time, for this season.
Ness?
Damn, that explanation just made me change my rating because I'm gonna give it. I was gonna give it an 8, but like actually like just reviewing it and hearing you guys talk, like I'll at least give it a 7.5. Like I said, I enjoyed the majority of the season, the majority of the episodes, regardless of a couple brain dead decisions and the pacing itself. But like I like every episode I enjoyed to some type of extent. So I can't like say it was like bad or anything like that. So I'll go with a 7.5. I was gonna give it an 8, but like there was room for improvement. I just hope that they listen to, if it's not just us, just like the community itself, they take that into account and put that into production for next season's uh, final project that we get. And if you need to, bring back the pervert. You know, bring him back. If you, everybody does it. Like every company, in some way, shape, or form, they bring their people back, maybe in secrecy, whatever the case may be. He's a weirdo, but that weirdo made great content. So, I'm not absolving him for what he did, but I'm just saying, turn the other cheek.
Yeah. MVP and LVP. My MVP for the season, I will go with Jubilee, because she was the X-Men that I think improved the most. She worked on her fighting skills, was a part of X-Force, then came back to the X-Men, and now it seems like she's kind of like a teacher in X-Men as far as like where they started at the season, or where they started in the first season to where they are now. I feel like she's the most improved, so I'll give her the MVP. LVP is definitely Apocalypse. Holy shit. Holy shit. There is a reason my headline, for anyone listening, says Apocalypse Dick. Like, that shit was ridiculous. How much they nuked that nigga. Wendy?
Oh,
MVP, LVP
gosh.
for the season.
Okay. Okay, MVP. Oh gosh. Can damn, that's hard because like a lot of yeah. Uh you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with mm, y'all gonna be so you know what? Y'all gonna be so surprised. As much as I don't like the girl, I am going to go with Rogue. Just yeah, I know. Shocker, shocker. Breaking news. I said the person that I don't like. Um, I'm gonna go with Rogue, and I'm gonna go with Jubilee as well. Co MVPs and LVP. I'm gonna go with Apocalypse, and I'm gonna go with Apocalypse and Charles Xavier. So those are my co MVPs and LVPs.
My nigga Charles beat Apocalypse by saying no. I am not giving Charles no LVPs. Ness, who's your MVP and LVP for the season?
My MVP is gonna go to Nightcrawler, solely because at least 2 out of like his episodes that focused on him, focused on who he is. Like that, they literally had the essence of Nightcrawler. And then that one episode where he washed everybody, like that shit was so fire. The POV was just crazy. My LVP definitely got to be Apocalypse, because you can't be running around saying I'm the big bad wolf and you try to go blow that house down and the house don't budge and the house fell on you and now you're dead. So it was like, damn. Honorable mention though, we'll go to Val Cooper, because she did all this shit to try to, she spent so much time trying to focus on Xavier or what Xavier is doing, knowing that he means well what he's trying to do for mutants, just to end up being killed by a mutant. And now your identity is taken. She's an honorable mention. She's not the actual LVP. The actual LVP is indeed. Actually, I'm going to throw some other people in there. X-Force, you guys been getting washed. Not X-Force, I'm sorry. X-Factor, you guys been getting washed all season. X-Factor's the LVP. Apocalypse is the LVP. X-Factor for sure. They've been getting their ass kicked all season long. They were all right when Polaris was still on the team. She left. It was like this team is at 100. Take away the rest of X Factor, leave Polaris, they're at 99. You take away Polaris, they're at 1. They have no feats whatsoever throughout this whole episode, the whole season. They've been getting their asses kicked. So yeah,
They
X
were
Factor and Apocalypse.
they were hit row, and then once Swerve left, they were who?
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
John, MVP and LVP for the season.
Well, my MVP and my LVP are the same person. It's Cable. He had such a great he had a great season, man. It was like all this development, and even though they lost half the shit they probably go for him, he still kept coming up. He was one of the only characters who had fully realized motivation and carried all the way through from episode 1 to episode 9, and then right at the end, building up to all this apocalypse shit all this time, and we're finally getting this big showdown, and it's gonna be great. No, actually, it's Gambit apocalypse, and this is Rogue's problem now. So you stand back and watch the main money characters do it, and it's like, oh fuck. There goes 9 episodes of development out the fucking window. So it's Cable, MVP, and LVP at the same time. And an honorable mention for LVP could be Apocalypse for the very same reason. All
I'm so disappointed. They ruined the Apocalypse season. How did they do that? This felt just like the fucking Apocalypse movie. Anyway, that has been our X-Men 97 Season 2 reviews. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, drop a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you are new, and join us back here. And we'll have probably more X-Men 97 content. Last season, we did our ranking of every episode, so we'll probably do that video again. And of course, maybe we'll do something to preview Season 3 when we get closer to next year. But now we got to sign everything off for Season 2 of X-Men 97. We're going to go to the crew. We're going to start off with Wendy. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they shall see you again.
You guys can follow me on Instagram. Oh, am I?
No, you're moving now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at evelise2anyone. Yeah, that's the only spot you gonna follow me. I do X-Men content reviews. Hopefully I'm definitely gonna come back for Season 3. Definitely gonna come back. My one comment that I will say is, Rogue, please make me like you for next season. Please don't make me please don't make me hate you more than I hate you now. Like, make me like you for next season. That's all I'm asking. And then who knows? Maybe this headline will change.
There we go. Ness.
You guys can follow me on Instagram, Flemmy Hendrix right here. Over on Threads, still Skinny Kravitz on Facebook. And definitely can't wait for Season 3. It's gonna be a little wait, but hopefully something else pops up that I can be a part of. This is definitely fun. It didn't really feel like 2 years, and it was just over that fast. So I think somebody said Lanterns. I seen John had his comments about Lanterns. I don't know if he'll be here to watch it, but I'll check it out, and maybe that could be something that we'll review. If it sucks, then I'm probably won't. But we'll find something else here. I don't want to be gone for another year and a half, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to get back into the swing of things to stay current.
Definitely the door's open for you if you want to review Lantern, sir. But John, let the people know where they can follow you.
Well, you already know, man. Check out Dirt Sheet Radio. It's right there, right under my name. Dirt Sheet Radio. Just Google it. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Spotify, the podcast places. Go there, find me. We're talking about pro wrestling every single week. New episodes out every Thursday morning. Pop culture coverage, pro wrestling coverage on the Tertiary Eagle socials. Lanterns does come out in 5 minutes. And regardless of what I think of the trailers, I will be checking it out. I'll watch it all. That's partly what I think. But I also I really love the Green Lanterns. My hopes are that something good is going to
I do hope so. I'm gonna check out Lanterns. Probably watch it tonight since you said it's starting in like 5 minutes. So I'll check it out and maybe we can review that next on the channel. But you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month to get you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we're not live here on the wrestling channel. But check out all the great content we got on the channel, like every one of our X-Men 97 Season 2 reviews. We did our review for episodes 1 through 3. Did our episode 4 review for Rise of the Apocalypse Part 2. Episode 5 for Weapon X Lies and DVDs. Episode 6 for Danger.exe. Episode 7, this wasteful fucking episode, Strangeland and Savage Heart. And last week's episode, Dead Man's Hand. So check out everything we've done for X-Men 97. We'll have one final video to rank all the episodes here on the channel for you to enjoy next week. So be on the lookout for that. And we got plenty of great stuff. Clocking In will be dropping tomorrow. Check out the True Off Season with Stat King and Chase talking about the NFL season. We'll be back with more NBA content as well. And the Shy finale review will be up next week as well. For Wendy, for Ness, for John, it is me, your True Phenom, SP3. This has been our X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 9, Season Finale, Survival of the Fittest review. We are signing off until next time.